Hello, this is Victoria. Welcome to my channel where I show you my vintage jewelry that I recently bought in specific video in charity shops in UK. So I live in a small town in north of England, and in the next couple of videos I'll probably will show you my jewelry that I bought in charity shops there. So where should I start with? I'll start with this small box. This has been found by my daughter who was with me that day, and the box has this fairy on top of it, and it has a marking, tooth fairy. So I think this box is for milk tooth, and my daughter did lost a milk tooth recently, and there is another one coming out. So we'll put her milk tooth here. And the company is wood satin, made in UK, and they still do all kind of figurines and whatnot, and boxes. I'm not sure I've seen this one on their website now, but they're still working. And I'm trying to remember what metal they use. I forgot. So next I bought this bracelet, and this is a clasp, or what do you call it? I forgot the style of clasp. How is it called? And this is a vintage 70s or 80s enamel bracelet. So it has flowers on it, it has butterflies on it, and it's pink and red and blue and green, multicolored bracelet. It's not signed, and the technique is cloisonné, so it's when they sold strings of metal or pieces of metal on the bracelet, and then they form these four shapes and compartments, and then each compartment is filled in with enamel. So that's the technique, and it's quite an old technique, and every country has had their own. I think probably the most famous is the Chinese ones. But this one is probably made in UK, because I have a necklace made in the same technique. So this one has flowers and leaves. It's also cloisonné enameled, and you can see that it has sort of same kind of backing, like no texture to it. And this one is signed Fish, so it's a fish and crown company, English company that does all kind of like cloisonné enamel jewelry. They still exist. They still produce cloisonné jewelry. So I think this probably is also Fish and Crown. And I do have this brooch from them for some time, and it's on my eBay because I'm selling it. This one is more like blue. There's a bit of a chip. Yeah, there's a bit of a chip in this enameling here. It's not very noticeable. Sort of blue, pink colors. Small brooch, and this one has, as you can see at the back, it has this texture, and I think this is the newest Fish and Crown. Sort of a mark to recognize Fish and Crown is this texture behind. Sort of like the company in 1928 has their own texture at the back of their jewelry. And this one I bought in another charity shop a few days late after I bought this bracelet. This is a butterfly, and you can see the the similarities. I think it's the same butterfly. It has the antenna. It's a bit also in the cloisonne technique. There are more darker colors, but even the color scheme, as you can see, it's the same sort of pink, black, and this kind of like green. That's probably also fish and crown. And then I bought this brooch, and I used to not really like flower or bouquet brooches, but lately I've noticed I'm buying more and more of them. I guess I'm becoming more sentimental, or like just appreciating a bit more the aesthetic of it. And it's silver tone with clear and black crystals and dark gray and light gray enameling on the petals. You can see they're filled with enamel to give this gloss. And then there are some clear stones on the leaves as well. And that's how it looks from the behind, and I can't see really any markings on it, but I sort of liked it. Looks a bit like, oh, I don't know, a bouquet of flowers. Trying to get a bit more light in. And then I bought another one here, and then I bought this brooch, which I'm not sure if this is like a flower or is that a starfish. I'm not exactly 100% sure. I thought it's a flower, but then I decided it might be a starfish actually. And there is a couple of marcasites here missing, and I don't know if there was a marcasite in the middle or was there a crystal. I would probably put like a black crystal, something like that, maybe even a clear one. And it's quite a nice sparkly dark brooch. Like it. That's how it looks from the behind, and it really reminded me of silver, but it is magnetic, so it's not silver, and also the clasp needs to be tightened up a bit. But it's a nice brooch. And I think in the same place, though, on another day I found this brooch. And again, I used to not really buy, and I think there is a part missing here in the clasp in this brooch. I used to not really buy bows and flowers, but recently I've been buying more and more if I find them interesting enough. And I thought it's quite interesting because it has volume and it's sort of see-through. So yeah, I acquired it. No signatures or anything. And what else did I bought there? And I bought this brooch. I'm not gonna show you. So I think I showed you a similar style like clip earrings, in similar in that it was made of chains and ball and crystal chains, and they were intertwined. In the last video with the jewelry from Sileth, the only thing, the crystals were turquoise blue rather than clear, and they were not intertwined but like made like a ball. So it had more volume, and they were clip earrings obviously, but they did look like the same sort of tassel style. So I thought it's really interesting, in good shape, really nice looking, really quality. That's how it looks from the behind. And again, I thought it looks like a quality thing, well done. And this one actually has a signature, so it has the signature next. And you probably know about the shop. next. They do, you know, like fast fashion clothing and jewelry. And they do sell their own jewelry, like Next, and then they do sell John Richmond or John Richard, I can't remember now, jewelry, which is signed John Richard. But I've never seen their jewelry being signed Next. I've never seen it signed. It might have had, you know, the paper. You know, the small tag with their name, but not on the jewelry itself. So I thought it might be like maybe a sort of limited edition thing that they've done, because I haven't seen this brooch on their website. So it might be, you know, vintage of the future. I don't know. Obviously everything is done in China now, but yeah. And then in the same shop I found this brooch. I thought it's a flower first, but now I think it's just an abstract shape with these different kind of crystals, different shapes in the middle. When I saw it, I thought, oh, these crystals look really shiny and good quality. And when I turned it around, you know, the back was also, you know, had this brushed gold, good shape. And then I noticed the signature, so it's SAL, which is the Swarovski signature from the 70s. I don't think they've used the SAL for too long because people did not recognize that it's Swarovski, so they've changed it to the swan signature. But yeah, so this is a Swarovski brooch. And what else did I acquire? I bought this necklace, which is a modern necklace with plastic beads, but I really liked it. So it's on a ribbon, and it has this plastic irregular square shaped beads, but the beads are, you know, sort of multicolored. So like this one is green and purple, so when you turn it around it looks different colors. And then this one is yellow and red, and also has a bit of green in it. And this one is like green and yellow, and it changes color, you know, when you turn them around. So red and yellow, and again red and green, green and sort of orangey yellow. Really nice. This one is a nice color, sort of yellow and, yeah, yellow and blue, aqua blue. So it looks green because yellow and blue makes green, so it's some angles it looks green when they combine green and red. So it does look like it, you know, changes color depending on how it turns, so that's really nice. I thought that's really neat. It's modern, very like summery, summertime jewelry. I thought it's quite cool. And in the same charity shop I bought this necklace with sort of small beads, multi-layered, with like wooden beads and glass beads, faceted glass beads, and then metal beads, and then it has really nice color. I don't know if it's glass, or some of them seem to have like black inclusions, so I don't know if it's also like colored quartz or something like that has been dyed this blue color. And then it has a bit of pink quartz chips. and then it has this frosted grey brown top color beads in the middle. So I thought the color combinations is really nice, and it looks really good. And I think that's all for today, and we'll see next video, and we'll continue with the jewelry that I bought in charity shops. And please subscribe, put likes if you liked it, and see you next video.